Finally, SNEAKO uploaded letter from Bosnia. Let's watch letter from Bosnia. Okay, let's watch it.
1, 2, 3. Steimer!
Steimer? What's that meaning?
Welcome to Bosnia. This country is a story of genocide, survival, recovery, and most importantly, God. I spent over a week here interviewing war heroes, widows, grandmothers, and saw some of the best hospitality I've seen across the world. The story of this country is almost parallel to what's happening in Israel and Palestine right now, and America and the rest of the world needs to know about it. I hope you enjoy this documentary about Bosnia.
Sarajevo.
Habib. So right here is the first mosque built in Sarajevo. And everything else was built around this right here.
Turkey?
First one. First in Bosnia or Sarajevo?
Look like Turkish mosque.
My family is from Sarajevo originally. And whole life I live here. I was 7 when war started.
What year did the war start?
Aggression on Bosnia started in April 1992.
This letter starts with Adnan Gonzidovic. He's a Bosnian tour guide and a war child. He was gracious enough to show me his diary that he wrote during the war.
We sometimes don't think how much we are blessed, because you have everything, and as a kid you were in one spot waiting for someone to help you in a way that war is over, and dreaming about peace, like for example unfortunately now in Palestine, which is happening, and
Right now?
yeah.
He seemed at peace with everything that happened for somebody that grew up during a genocide. And so did everybody else in Bosnia. You could walk around and have no idea that there was warfare here only 3 decades ago.
Were you able to find peace today? Is there still friction? Is there still aggression? Or is there peace in the Balkans?
Peace. You see that's peace. You are traveling. You are here. It's no war, but politics is. You know how the politics goes. There is no love from all sides about Bosnia.
If the people of Bosnia learned to forgive and forget, then the people in the streets of Albania definitely did not.
Serbia.
But you have to tell me why Serbia, and then I know why.
Serbia is stupid. Goodbye, my friend.
Goodbye, bro. Goodbye, bro.
You can't say to everyone I love Serbia.
Really? It's that bad?
Yeah.
But I love everyone. Is it like saying I love Israel in Palestine?
Yes. Yes, but maybe you meet someone and you say to him, I love Serbia. Maybe Serbs kill his father or his son.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Actually, that's a good point.
I needed to see more than just this guy's diary. I needed to see where the anger went. I needed a war hero.
For what? What do you need connects for?
I want to interview some of the genocide survivors here. I'm spending all day
Bro,
today.
honestly, my dad is probably the best because he fought in the war.
This is the kick streamer Cheezer, and the only Bosnian I know.
Can I interview him today?
Honestly, yeah. One thing out of respect, please just don't have my grandma on the stream. If because this is probably gonna go through, just don't have my grandma on there.
Yeah, no problem, bro.
I kept the sightseeing in Sarajevo brief so I could make the 3-hour car drive to Savitovici to meet the family of a war hero. This is one of those experiences where you have absolutely no idea what to expect.
Just come and say hello.
Just follow me. Assalamu alaikum. So this is Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
And this is Abdul Wahab. So they both make dawah videos, all Islam.
Okay.
This is Waze. He's my assistant filmer.
Oh, okay.
Not Muslim yet, but soon, inshallah.
Oh, inshallah, inshallah.
Get inside, guys. Who's here? This is my mom. She doesn't see.
She's asking, are you tired?
No, not tired at all. Good.
Take him to the room.
Please.
Allah bless you. Allah bless you.
Allah bless you, sir.
Please, guys.
Thanks so much for having us. We appreciate
No
it.
problem. We are on vacation. I'm so glad you're here. Oh. Please,
You want to say next to him?
Guys, have a seat.
Or you can use this if you want, if you better view for you, whatever you want.
This is
You
perfect
can-
like that.
Yeah.
I think he's okay.
Okay, guys, I got water. I got lemonade, homemade like a lemonade, water, Red Bull.
Lemonade, please.
Yeah. Okay, I got cold one.
You're from Bosnia your whole life.
Yes. I'm from this town. We came in America like 1996 after war.
He told me the story that you came to America with no money.
No, $20.
Yeah.
$20. Yeah.
And he told me he was born during the war. Is that true? Or his brother was...
Armin.
You're his
My
older brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was born in basement actually.
Yeah, the basement during the war.
Basement in hotel, and when we go to pick it up, I go pick it up Spomenka and Armin. We just get in and grenade, but nothing because they were under the ground, Big explosion, boom, so scary. And then we have to run. She has to run over the street because of the sniper, Me and my wife, and I carried Armin, because it was like a street, let's say like a 10 feet wide, she has to run because of the sniper, They couldn't protect that because the cars, go during night, But we didn't have choice. You gotta get out. Too many injuries, You just get baby, get out, No place to stay. Always everything was full. It was hard time. And from the hospital again, in basement in our building, and that's how we was almost 11 months, because we were surrounded all way, and you couldn't sleep in your apartment. And we have a 4-story building with 4 entries, and 13 times the grenade hit just that building, 13 times. And when she was pregnant, Mimi told you, she was sleeping, and I see they bombing, the town, and I told her, get out, I'm sleepy, get out. I just go in the hallway, and grenade come through the ceiling, everything.
In the house?
In the room where she was sleeping with pregnant.
While she was pregnant?
Yeah, was scary. Just 15 seconds, she get out from the house, from apartment. That was scariest.
When did you decide to come to the United States?
I tried to stay in army, but I couldn't. They had a younger. I wasn't old that time, 24 years old, but they didn't accept me for some reason,
The U.S. Army?
No, here, Bosnia Army, to stay after war, you can be a soldier,
right.
Yeah. And I didn't get it, and I didn't have choice,
Why didn't they accept you?
Where? Why they didn't accept me here?
To the army
Because
here, yeah.
too many applications,
right.
And I didn't get it, and I decided no job, kid, baby, and you just decide to go to America.
And how long were you in the USA before you came back to Bosnia?
3 years.
That's it?
Yeah, that's it. First time I got some money, I go visit my family.
You came right back?
Oh, yeah.
You don't like America?
I mean, I don't know how I can tell you, I appreciated everything they did, but this is my country, in my heart, still, for all my life, it's gonna be like that. But still, I appreciate them, they take us, give us opportunity, what I can say, that's all.
Yeah, you fought for this country, so you.
Yes.
Different.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, I didn't run away, like you said. Yeah, It's different. When you fight for something, but it's sad when you fight and you leave. That's the sad part.
So during the war, did the Christians fight too, with you guys, or no? Or
yes,
was it
some of them. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
But a lot of them ran away.
I got it. One my friend, we worked the same street. He get biggest award. Did I say right? Award, for fighting.
Award. Yeah.
Award. Yeah. He got the biggest award from the Bosnian army. He's Catholic. What I can tell him. He fight for Bosnian army. He was a good guy.
Do you hold any resentment for these countries or for these leaders, or have you moved on?
Just moved on. You wanted to I show where it was like?
Sure, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Try to before dark.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I was just thinking that.
I can explain you how close they were. You know.
So grenade came not in this house, no?
This house like get like cracked because grenade was fall behind this house.
So grenades came in this house and you repaired the house?
This house I bought it 2008. You can live here if you want it. You know, if it's easier for you. Okay. When we start the war with HVO, like we start like right there in the middle of the town.
Mm-hmm.
Everything like a whole line, like we fighting inside the city, and we clean it up. But they were like most on edges, those mountains, and they shoot directly. You know, actually, directly. You know, it's like a. See, they can see everything like this.
Yeah.
You know? And they fight from there with everything, tanks, grenades, everything. And sniper tried to, like 4 guys of mine, they tried to kill us, but thanks God, nobody get killed here, alhamdulillah.
What gun were you using?
I like it like a AK-47.
Yeah.
That's for me the best.
The Russian one.
Yeah, it's like a close fight, but we had our Yugoslavia gun was better than AK-47. But it's like a close, that I say AK-47. That's the light, you know, and very easy to shoot with that.
Do you still have it?
No, because that's for the army.
So you
Can
climb
you stop a little bit?
Stop what? Filming?
Yeah, just.
Yeah, of course, turn it off.
When they try
Ways.
other side, not here, like outside, when they try to get in the city, 3,000 grenades, boom, 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 and everything like in the smoke, you know.
All right here.
Let's go. Yeah. Here's your coffee.
It's still hot. You weren't scared to come back to Bosnia after 3 years in the United States?
No.
You weren't scared at all?
Then you got your mom, your brother here. No, but this time I told you.
Yeah.
98%.
98%.
You have to be scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got everything here. Slovenka, we go walk around, we prepare the food.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will.
And we pick it up some plums fresh, you know, like we just pick it up the plums. This is not ready yet. And Mimi told me, you call him Mimi or Nermin, my son?
Cheeser.
Cheeser, yeah. Never mind, I forget.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Mimi.
He called himself when he was little.
Mimi. I saw his name on the wall, Mimi, on the sailboat. You have bad handwriting, Cheeser.
Yeah, that's the plums. I pick it up for 12 years. Started driving the truck.
Can I ask you a difficult question?
Yeah.
How many people from this area do you think survived in the war?
Survive.
Yes. What percentage?
Oh, you mean by the sites?
The people that were native to this city.
Oh.
How many of them survived and how many of them were casualties in the war?
It's too many injured people, no legs. I thought, you know, to bring my friend. He lost the legs to here.
Yeah.
I just been with him last night.
Yeah.
I take him to the sea, you know. I respect him and
of course
his whole family with me, you know, and do something good. Too many legs we lost, you know.
Legs
because of the mines.
And grenades.
Yeah.
It was mostly mines.
Mines, mostly mines.
It's a really nice masjid here.
Yeah. Well, they made it. Yeah.
They made it after the war.
After the war. After. It's beautiful. It is beautiful. Yeah.
Do you want to pray Maghrib in the masjid?
Yeah, I go with you, but I have to get dressed.
Oh, right, you need.
Yeah.
Okay.
And down there, I shopping.
What do you love about Bosnia? We've been talking about a lot of negatives and things that happened in the past, but you came back for a reason.
People are different than in America and Europe. Here, what you can feel, you cannot feel nowhere in the world. My opinion.
I agree.
You know?
I agree.
When they take you call you, hey, come to my house or something. They give you everything is possible to make you comfortable. You know,
It's kind of like the Arabic hospitality.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. They just like that. We're not close to the everybody else in Europe. They're different, you know. But we are like a, how can let me say, like we are so friendly, you know, and like to meet people, not like close the door, you know, your neighbor or stuff like that. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.
Yeah, you see this? This lady just passed by. She's like a Christian. She's whole time here. Whole time,
Catholic or Orthodox?
Orthodox.
Okay.
All the time here.
And you get along?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Oh, mashallah.
Yeah, all the time.
MashaAllah.
We're walking. Okay, we wait here. Okay. So we're waiting now. He's gonna change into pants because you can't pray with shorts on. It's about time for Maghrib and then we're gonna have food. This is interesting. It was one of those places I never thought I would be. I can't even pronounce the name of this town. But seeing the way he describes it, you get to see, when he was on the balcony there, you get to picture the war that happened here only 3 decades ago. You could see it in his eyes and the way he describes it. Looking now, it's crazy how quickly things can change, from grenades going off and mines going off, people's legs being blown off, to a place that's very livable, soccer fields, a new masjid and everything. Things can change and things can turn around a lot quicker than we really realize. What we heard from these 2 interviews so far is that people of different faiths can coexist until greed from the politicians corrupts it. They were fine, they were coexisting fine. We saw that they called it the Jerusalem of Europe beforehand. He was saying that they coexisted well with the Orthodox and the Catholic people, but then the people in charge, the Serbian leader who wanted to take over Europe, the communists came in, and the HVO, people who were corrupted by greed, they're the ones who ruined the unity. People of different faiths can coexist fine until power gets involved. Can I ask you, because this town is very traditional, you know, you come from a war-torn background, obviously. What do you think about the world that myself and your son are involved in, the streaming internet American world?
I like how Nurmin acting. He born over there, Cheezer.
Yeah, Cheezer. Mimi.
But he got Bosnia here.
He does.
You see how he act? He get pissed when somebody tell him something about, and he protect. But even he's not born here, but he feels Bosnian. You know, that's good. You know, that's good.
Do you like the streaming world? I can hear the Adhan, yeah. But do you like streaming, Twitch, Kick, this stuff?
I don't, but I can say.
Yeah.
You know, like because of that cussing stuff like that, I don't like it. You know, but I can say the world is like that. You know. Like everything is go upside down. I like old-fashioned life. You know?
There's a streamer that I'm just doing an video about Bosnia. Yeah.
So, do you like it here?
I love Bosnia. Yeah. Tell me a little bit here. Come talk. We're making a video. Let me ask you some things. And then you moved here when?
I was born in 2005, and I came in 2005 or six. At the end of 2005. And it's this place Zavidov is called Zavidovich, and it's a really small town. It was in a really bad position during the aggression in Bosnia during the 90s when the Orthodox Serbs attacked us, and people were in a really bad position. They were starved. They were killed with grenades and artillery fire. Well, there isn't so much touristic attractions in this town.
In this town now.
Bosnia on a global is a multicultural state. And for example, I watched how we wear the Bosnian jersey, soccer jersey, football jersey. And you cannot walk with that in, for example, the city of Doboj, which is near
You can't walk with that.
No.
It's
you
all
have-
Serbs there.
I mean, yes. Will
Okay.
probably be attacked or something like
So
that.
do they consider themselves Bosnian or Serbian?
They call themselves Serbian. But,
In Bosnia.
Yeah, they
Okay.
have this idea of Greater Serbia. They want to unite all Serbs in one state.
Yes, yeah.
The same idea from the leader.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they wanted to exterminate, during the aggression, they wanted to exterminate the Muslims.
Before dark, you can see over there they made names, soldiers dying during the war over there, and I can show you that.
Is it far away?
No, right here.
Maybe we go now before it's dark.
When I was little boy, this is my school.
This is your school here?
Yeah.
So they didn't bomb it?
After that, I get uniform. Here too, because of...
Uniform for the war. This right here.
Yeah, and you can see that a big rock, and names on it. Too many my friends and family.
Do you know everybody here in the town?
Now, no.
No.
Because they come from other places. They know me. Who is here? All the time, everyone I know. Because it's a small town.
The warrior flag.
Yes.
The best thing, your favorite thing about Bosnia?
Najbolja stvar u Bosni, šta je? Ajde, ćevapi.
Chava, the food?
Yes.
Okay, I'm hungry. I invited Caesar to come on this trip. He didn't, or Mimi to come. He didn't want to come.
He said he couldn't go because of the kick. He couldn't come.
Because of kick?
Yeah.
But he could stream when he's here.
I told him. I don't know.
I stream when I'm in the hotel.
See?
Yeah.
I told him you can stream from everywhere. No, I can't, Daddy. But I don't know, for some reason. He said next year. I don't know why he changed mind.
I have Serbian friends. From their perspective, it's the Bosnian people's fault.
Oh.
They blame you on the war.
Oh yeah, of course. They say we try to get Islamic Republic here. They're killing civilians so easy. They have no feelings.
Oh yeah. Now pat it to me.
Delicious, bro. Delicious.
But after war was worse for the food. Because
After the war.
nobody's sending the food anymore. Nothing working. Not working. You cannot make money. You cannot make cost of living. You can't do anything. And I didn't have a choice. I tried. So sad. After war, you fight. You go through the hell.
You're already exhausted and then you have to fight again.
Just go.
What does being Bosnian mean to you? What does it mean?
Everything. I can cry when I talk about that. Yeah. It's so sad, you like something and keep you away from there, it's hard. But still, they fight so bad, these politicians. They can make, even if they have to be here, let them be here. Let's make us some work. Not like they just make people hate each other more and more. Politicians. Regular people, they not that bad, but they make him, scared. Even they say, oh, they're gonna kill you, and then you think you got kids. Oh, I stay there, on my side. That's how they separate people, and that's how people move from the village. They move.
What do the Bosnians think about what's happening in Israel and Palestine?
Oh, they're so peaceful. Maybe we see each other again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, brother.
We'll never forget this place ever.
Oh,
You've been an amazing brother.
SNEAKO, appreciate it, brother.
I
Thank you
appreciate
very
you.
much. You make me so happy. Even my son, he told me, he's so happy you visit me, and that's respect.
Thank you so much for having
us. Guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much.
Very much. I appreciate it.
May Allah bless
I love
you.
you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are now going back to Sarajevo. It's about an hour and a half drive. It's late. I think we're gonna get there around Isha time. Thank you so much to Caesar and thank you so much to Rafet. This is some of the best hospitality that I've received ever in my life, I have to admit. Food was delicious. I'm feeling like I'm about to pass out on this car ride, but there's a lot more to unpack here and a lot more to see about Bosnia tomorrow and later tonight. I think we just scratched the surface about what this country is really about, and we gotta get to the truth. Go home.
Listen, I'm tired. Right. I think I'm on the groove. Like,
If you want, we can get inside of the center.
Sure.
Some of them are more comfortable speaking, some of them are not.
Assalamu alaikum. I like your outfit. How are you?
Exchange some words with them.
Can you tell her I like her outfit?
Kaže da se sviđa kako se obukla.
Čuj, di mi je?
Yeah, these traditional.
How do you say beautiful in Bosnian?
Lijepa.
Lijepa. Very lijepa.
Sala.
Sala.
She says thank you.
Of course. Can I sit down? Do you mind if I sit down here? Okay, thank you.
Vide bratnački logor što je bio, kako su bili ubijeni.
What did she say?
She wants to show you some pictures.
Okay.
Concentration.
It's in her room?
Yeah.
Okay.
Vidiš, ovaj je on je sin najstariji ubijen.
This is her oldest son, and he was killed. 13 years afterwards, when she buried him, they located his head, his skull.
His skull?
Yeah. And they added it to the grave last year. Prošle godine, je li tako?
Ja 14. Ja sam imala 5 sinova i šćer najmlađu. Jedan mi je umro prije rata.
She had 5 sons and 1 daughter. One son died before the war.
Razbolio se i umrije, a 4 sam odgajila, oženila, kuće pogradila i sve.
Raised 4 of them, married them, built houses for them.
Šćerka mi u Švedskoj živi sa djecom i sa
Daughter is
čovjekom.
now living in Sweden with her husband and kids.
That's good. Dobro.
Valjalo je ovo majke odranti.
It was, you know.
In that moment, it felt like her memories were also my memories. Like these weren't just pictures of strangers, but of my own family. These moments are so personal, I didn't want to talk about Bosnia and the war. I just wanted to relive her memories with her.
Dvojica sinova, nisu sa svim komadima, 3 su mene ubijeno.
3 su
Thank you for
ubijena.
telling the story. Thank you. Who's to blame for the war?
Što se kaže, treba okriviti za rat, ko je kriv za rat?
Pa ne meraš odsuditi, šta ćeš, eto ima i na sudu Mladić, Karadžić i ovi, ali ništa, živi su, glavno je naši je ne ima. Oni su živi, uživaju. Živi je, pa neka je u zatvoru živi je. Da su mi živi, pa neka su u zatvoru.
Well, she says that
Bar je živ,
basically
svom djetu.
you cannot do anything, you can blame them. There are some of them like who are in court and in prison. But in the end they're alive and we are missing our loved ones, they are killed, so...
Sad kad je pred 11. pred pokop ovdje u nas, Bratunac je oblijepljen sav Mladićevim slikama i Karadžićevim, neš proći. Bratunac sve redom, slike velike, sve to.
So,
da biva to neka je.
In the days before the 11th of July, you can see many posters and big pictures of Mladić in Bratunac, the town right next to Srebrenica. They're glorifying these crimes.
They're glorifying them.
Yeah.
Dobro.
Da ti crkne srce u tebi. Da ti crkne duša od tebi kad to prođeš i vidiš. Ali eto, on njihovo.
Well, it is so hard to see it when you pass it. Your soul wants to get out of your body. That's the expression that she uses of all the pain that she feels when she sees something like that.
Teško je, šta ćeš?
Yeah, it is hard, but what can you do?
Čekaj, da li mi je vodi ta slika?
U svako bi neko poginuo. Potočana i jedvornika svako.
She says that everyone lost someone from
everybody.
From their
Kad idu u džamiju, ona ima puno munara, svi uče Fatihu. I sin doveo majku da vidi, on rekao, nemojte, ja bio u kući, živa žena, no.
So there is a picture of her in Istanbul
in one of the mosques that had many minarets that she says, and people are praying and they are reciting Al-Fatiha for her soul. And there is a guy that said, "Come on, I've been to her house. I know she's alive. She's well."
Turčin je morao majku dovesti da me vidi da sam ja živa. I ona je skoro, nema 15-20 dana.
This guy had to bring his mother here
ljubi, nešto priča, tamo šalje i tu sliku drži.
This guy had to...
Nemojte više uđite Fatiju.
This guy had to bring his mother here to show her that she's alive. So they met, and that's his way to explain and make sure not to recite the Al-Fatiha.
Al-Fatiha for her, yes.
How this picture was taken. In the first year of her return, they were laying, how do you say it, the stone for the foundations of something, for the memorial center.
The grave.
No, like there is a ceremony that you put the stone when you try to...
That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, that's it. So in the second year afterwards, they designed the look of the...
So this is her?
Yeah, that's her.
Ja sam bižala I vrištala. Neko je mene sliku.
In the end, she was fighting with police, she was pushing them, etc. So someone took this picture and it was famous in many newspapers all over the world.
Ja to nisam bila ko je mene sliku.
She doesn't know who took
ja
the picture.
Ja sam bižala I vrištala.
She was crying and...
O godini u martu pokop bio prvi. Mi pošli, ja I muž, ja kam neš ići prije mene, rekao da ne mogu da prođem. Kad mi u nas na onom hotelu ova slika, ali veliku.
Dobro. Can you tell her she looks much more beautiful in real life than in the photo?
Kaže da ti ljepše puno sad izgledaš u pravom životu nego na slici.
Mashallah. Yeah, no. Smile's better. What's the best place in Bosnia?
Gdje je najljepše? Jel Sarajevo, jel Tuzla, jel Mostar?
Nisam bila u Sarajevu, ne znam.
Srebrenica.
Ovo je naša Srebrenica najljepša.
Just Srebrenica, not any other.
najbolja.
Super.
Meni I Bratunac I Srebrenica.
Jeste.
They like Srebrenica and Bratunac the most.
Bosna mi sina izgubila na podravanju gore, na borbi.
It's a place where she lost her son here in the fightings.
Can you say, I want to get married? Do they know a nice girl? Do you know a nice girl? I want to get married.
Hoće on da se oženi. Pita ima li kakva ovdje fina da...
Ima ove sestre, kuće bolje, vidi kakva je dobra.
You can marry this, for example, medical technician.
Ja kažem da imam sad momka, unuka da uzmem ovu koji se starašu dobre I rade I slušaju I poštuju I poštene.
She says if she had a grandson, she would take some of the employees here from the staff and marry them together.
Let's drink.
Do you need sugar or something?
Yeah, the Bosnian way. You go like this.
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, eno vidi. Kako pije kafu, naučio po bosanski ubaci kocku.
Neka je, tako I ja.
Bosnian way.
So you don't need a spoon?
No.
Okay.
Ovo je naš Bosanac, a ovi su iz Amerike. Dobra ovaca.
She's praising her.
Nemam unuka da su momca, ja bi nju odmah uzela.
Okay, so those are very difficult stories. It seems like everybody in Bosnia lost a lot of people, and it's difficult to overcome wartime. I don't want to ask too much about war. It's just like when you have people, that's all they think about. The pictures, the memories are surrounded by it. So wanted to talk to them about finding potential wives, good things, good memories, America, Bosnia. And I don't know if you understood, but the lady here, she kept trying to set me up with the employee who was making us coffee. So maybe she's single. I don't know. She got nice hair. Thank you so much. May Allah bless you. Thank you so much for the story. Yes. Yes. Oh, I'll talk to her. She's look good. Nice hair. Yeah. Benisa. Are you married?
Znaš ono Hanifu iz internata?
Bogati, odveli.
Pa ne znaš?
Nisam čula. Kad su bili?
So there was a visit from some Turk guys, and they took one girl. She married.
Really?
And I'm saying, what are you doing now?
Ja sam tebe isprosila.
Ja, Šure,
Evo momka.
It's not the first time that she did it.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for the coffee. It was very nice. She speaks very highly of you, so do all of them. Salam alaikum. Thank you. May Allah bless you. Thank you. Bye.
A u vodu? Oh, it's they're growing here.
Ja.
Pa nisam znao da ste zasadili.
When they captured the Bosnians, she was saying that her grandsons were forced to drink alcohol. Like, what is the point of doing that in warfare? That has nothing to do with houses or land or anything. That's just trying to corrupt the soul of a pure person. What does this remind you of?
It's like they don't want you to have that attachment to Islam. They want you to disassociate from your Lord, disassociate from your religion. They make you drink alcohol. After you drink the alcohol, they take the bottle, smash your teeth out. What is this, bro? Yeah. What is this? You know what I mean? The same thing's happening to the Uyghurs in China. You know, the same tactics over and over.
What do they do with the Uyghurs in China?
They have the same playbook. They force the Uyghurs to eat pork. They force them to, drink alcohol. You know, they force the pagan men upon the Muslim women that are chaste, you know, good women. They force all that, everything that's evil against Islam.
To corrupt purity.
They force them, you know what I mean? And it's like the same playbook that they use against the Muslims over and over again, bro.
The lady here, she had more books of her family and her past and Polaroid pictures. And a woman who took over her house burnt all of her books and all of her memories for why would you burn memories of somebody's house that you just took? What does that have to do with the war? It's real. It's good versus evil. It's time to go see a grave site. Not the most exciting, but it's necessary to see. This is what what's his name? Rafet? How do you say his name from yesterday? Rafet.
Yes.
I think you're saying it the Arabic way. Anyway, we're going to the gravesite, and even Rafet yesterday was telling us to go there. It's about a 3-hour drive from Sarajevo. Haven't got much sleep, but great food. Thank you for the hospitality so far. And I was glazing him off camera, pause. Just saying, like, what he does is very admirable. To do charity work like this, it must be painful to have to deal with this nonstop. I see it as soon as the camera turns away, he's like, man, it's heavy. This is heavy stuff nonstop. So a lot of props to him and all the workers that are here. And think about the kids. The kids that live here, they live here because the village is 2 hours away and there's no schools there. So these villages were destroyed so much that there's nothing. There's no restaurants really. There's no, even the reason we're eating here is because there's no restaurants almost 3 hours back to Sarajevo. Not the most exciting thing. We're going to go to a gravesite, but it's historical and it's important. So it's going to be interesting. And this isn't just any gravesite. Say what?
Remember Rafa? Like they set them up by sending them here.
Right.
And then the firing squad, and none of them had any weapons, none of that. They were set up and they were all executed.
Yeah, it's comparable to Rafah. If you know about Palestine, you know about Gaza. They sent all the innocent civilians to go to the safe zone called Rafah, and they just ended up bombing Rafah. And this just happened a couple months ago. But the gravesite we're going to see now is almost parallel to that. So we are in the town of the gravesite, just a ghost town. There's no restaurants here. There's nothing here. There's smashed windows. The war was 30 years ago, but they stayed strong because they fought for this land. They fought for this territory. They said, I'm not leaving. I would leave personally, but I understand why. Maybe I would stay. I haven't seen anything open. I haven't seen anybody walking around. There's no cars here. There's a mosque and there's a church and there's a graveyard and people living here. Where's the club?
I don't know.
all the mosques in Srebrenica, in this town, were all completely destroyed. So this one you see here is actually new. Every single mosque was systematically destroyed.
Why would they destroy a mosque in war? Like, what does that have to do?
If you destroy a mosque, you destroy the people's home, the cultural home, their hearts, and so you make them flee. You know, imagine if you destroy everything that you loved, your religion, your deen.
You have no reason to stay.
You have no reason to stay. And there was actually stories in the war itself. So this place was under UN safe zone, a protection zone, and actually the Muslims were flooding the mosque during this time. And of course, when the Serb forces entered the city, they rounded up the men and they rounded up the women. The women were actually brought to rape camps, many of them being abused so much in a way that they couldn't even, stand being alive, and they actually wanted to be killed. Some actually committed suicide, some jumped off and killed themselves. And the men, of course, were rounded up and they were brought in the fields, in the mountain passes of Srebrenica. They were lined up 24/7. They had to have shifts to kill these people. That's because they were getting so tired of beating them and torturing them and shooting them. These animals, sick animals. What else is there to say? And they fought over nothing. Today, the city is completely a ghost town.
They didn't even take the territory that they fought over. There's no one here. Yeah. There's a dog, that's it. The only thing I see, there hasn't been one car, one person, but you see a dog licking his butt.
These are all 8,000, actually 6,000 just buried here from a single day. In fact, maybe a few days. All of these graveyards, all of these gravestones you see around me, and they're still finding people after 30 years.
Some of these are new. You can see they've just been dug up.
Exactly, yeah. So not too far from here, I was actually burying. Last month, I was burying and I was shoveling and I was burying the ruins and the remnants of some of the
Well, I can ask you, why is this grave is different than the rest?
Yeah, so this is actually, we all think that only Muslims were killed during the Bosnian War. This was a Christian, the first and the only Christian victim of the Srebrenica genocide, and he was staying here. And the fact that he stayed with the Muslims was the reason why they killed him.
So his grave is different than the rest?
It's a special grave. Everything else is obviously Islamic oriented. Here you have a cross. Very unique graveyard, and as people of the modern century, we're very lucky to be able to witness and see this grave.
I think the obvious major takeaway from this trip and learning the story of Bosnia is that there can be unity, and there was here, from different faiths, different ethnicities. This wasn't just a religious war, this wasn't a political war. I've asked everybody, and they always have a different explanation, different reason, but it's just a clash of different ideologies, of different ideas of nationalism all in one place, and eventually things get corrupted by specific people in power. Greed, politicians, these things, that's what disrupts the people, because people can coexist with different faiths, different ethnicities. The Balkans, this region, you have the Croats, before this was Yugoslavia, you have the Bosniaks, you have the Serbs, all different types of people, the Orthodox and Catholics, and they were living together fine until you get the ideas of communism and then eruption. So no one, so far, nobody's given a specific explanation about why this happened. Israel-Palestine, you could explain why. Zionism, that's the reason, right? You could just simply explain it there. Here, it's like there's, the Yugoslavian, the communism, post-war from the Soviet Union after World War II, something started. It seems like there was a genocide and it was a war that happened for no reason at all. Because nothing happened afterwards. They fought for this land and they didn't even take it. They didn't even use it. They just wanted to kill each other, and then nothing changed. And now people are still living, still coexisting, but with resentment, with hate, and with loss. So the lesson I've learned from Bosnia is that unity is possible. Unity is possible as soon as we can get rid of greed.
So far in my time, I understood the pain and the impact of the war. Nobody could give me a straight answer about what happened and why. On the last day, I was lucky enough to find a man named Haran Hodic, a war commander and somebody who had known the president of Bosnia during the war. He led soldiers into battle, had a unique perspective on what the Serbs were actually like, and was hiding in enemy territory in the cold for 3 days without food and water. This was the interview that I needed, and this is the interview that put everything into perspective.
Are you from Sarajevo?
Jeste li Sarajeva?
Ne, ja sam rodom iz Sandžaka.
He's from Sanjak, which is in Serbia.
Moji roditelji žive u Sandžaku, to je jedan dio koji je nekad davno Srbija okupirala, pripojila, nikad neću reći da je Srbija. Sandžak je teritorija na kojoj žive Bošnjaci, većinski su stanovnici Bošnjaci, tamo su moji roditelji, ja sam tamo odrastao i došao u Sarajevo i u Sarajevu živim od 1985. godine.
So he's from Sanjak region of Serbia, which is predominantly Bosnian.
Bosniaks in Serbia.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah. And he doesn't want to say that it's actually Serbian, he wants to say that it's occupied by Serbia. He considers it to be occupied by Serbia, and he's been living in Sarajevo since 1985. 85.
Okay, so you're from Bosnia?
Yeah. Pita vas jeste li iz Bosne, znači faktički ste iz Bosne.
Najljepša zemlja na svijetu.
It's the most beautiful country in the world.
I agree. One of them. Saudi is close. So the Bosnians were Muslim, the Croats were Catholic, and the Serbs were Orthodox. When did they separate after they were the same people?
Kad su se rastavili nakon što su bili isti ljudi? Kad su počeli da se zovu Srbima, Hrvatima i Bošnjacima?
1907. godine formiranjem kraljevine SHS ukinut je dekretom jezik bosanski, a uvedene su i nacija kao Bošnjak je ukinuta. I to je moment kada smo mi kao muslimani izgubili dominaciju na ovom području ovdje. Poslije Prvog svjetskog rata je ta priča bila intenzivirana i bukvalno je trebalo do 100 godina da se asimiliramo i da nestanemo. Bili smo skoro 70-80 godina neopredjeljeni, nismo imali nacije. Mi kao muslimani nismo se mogli izjašnjavati kao Bošnjaci, nego to je velikosrpska i velikohrvatska državna ta neka agenda koja je bila kroz kraljevine SHS da se ukinu Bošnjaci.
So in 1907 is when the Bosnian language, when the Serbs, Croats, and Slovenes kingdoms was founded, Bosnian language was cancelled by the decree and it was forbidden to be used, and that's when those sort of people started identifying differently, and the Bosniak identity was sort of suppressed, and it was suppressed for the next 70 years.
100 godina bukvalno kao da nismo postojali.
Why was
For almost 100 years, it's as if we didn't exist at all.
Bili smo građani petog reda.
From 1907 to 1990 is when the war started. That's when the Bosniak identity came
We
about.
weren't allowed to be identified
30 years
Bosniaks.
ago. Okay, why was the Bosnian identity suppressed?
Zašto je bošnjački identitet bio potiskivan?
Evropa ne prihvata organizirane muslimane na svojoj teritoriji, kršćanska zajednica koja je željela po svaku cijenu da nas eliminira sa ovog područja.
The Christian Europe would not accept the organized indigenous Muslim European population in this area.
So, is it possible to say that the reason the Bosnians were suppressed is simply because they're Muslim?
Da li je razumno reći da je razlog zašto su Bošnjaci bili potiskivani zato što su muslimani?
100%, samo to je razlog. Apsolutno. I to, pazite, ne smetaju Evropi muslimani kao vjerska zajednica. Smetaju muslimani kao politički organizirana zajednica.
Europe does not mind Muslims existing as the religious community. They mind them existing as the organized political community.
What's wrong with the organized political community of the Muslims?
Koji je problem da muslimani budu politički organizovani?
Mi smo većinski narod u Bosni i Hercegovini. Samim tim, po svim pravima međunarodne zajednice, podrazumijeva se da je nacionalna država Bošnjak, Bosna i Hercegovina. To Evropa ne može da akceptira.
We are the majority of the people in Bosnia and Herzegovina, and which, according to all of the international laws, means that we have this country as our own, basically, and Europe does not want to accept that.
But how does that affect Europe?
Kako to utječe na Europu? Zašto je to problem? Zašto to predstavlja problem Europi?
Jedan dan će postati većinski muslimani u Holandiji.
One day the Netherlands might become majority Muslim or something like that.
What's wrong with that? He understands. Why? Why is that wrong? So?
Yeah. Europa je postavljena kršćanskim temeljima.
Because Europe was set out by the Christian foundation.
I vrlo teško prima različitosti.
And it's very difficult for it to accept differences.
So, do you think Europe is threatened by Islam?
Mislite li da Europa osjeća ugrozu od muslimana?
Svakako.
Islama. Apsolutno.
Prije nekoliko godina.
What are they threatened by? Because the Muslims here, I've spent a week here, nice people, respectful, good hospitality. Islam and Christianity have same values. What are they afraid of when it comes to Islam and Bosniaks?
So they've been trying to scare Europeans by saying that it's Islam is somehow radicals and terrorists.
But what is it about actual Islam? So if that's a lie, which they know it is, what are they threatened by Islam specifically?
Šta je konkretno ono u islamu što im prijeti od islama?
Famoznog radikalizma.
So they are threatened mostly by common folk is mostly threatened by radicalism, or the image that they have of Islam of being some Bedouin tribes that are slaying people with their teeth or something like that. So they think it's some kind of wilderness and the lack of civilization that's coming with Islam together. The ruling class once is gone, probably because they're threatened by the organized structure of Islam and everything else. However, Bosniaks are starting to sort of break these stereotypes, especially in Europe and United States and all of those things, considering we have people in the House of Lords in the United Kingdom. We have people in the government of the Netherlands. We have people in the government of the United States, especially Bosniaks, and they're sort of starting to break these stereotypes of what Muslims are and what Muslims should be. So.
Can these religions coexist in Europe? Because I know Bosnia, they call it European Jerusalem. Can that still happen? Is it possible?
Mogu li ove religije i dalje da žive zajedno i skupa u miru, jer Sarajevo i dalje zovu evropskim Jerusalemom?
Pa, definitivno mi smo sačuvali tu klicu zajedništva i kada je bilo najteže mi smo to uspjeli da prebrodimo. Sad je to samo treba isto kao jedno lijepo stablo zasađeno u lijepoj prirodi i treba ga zalijevati i treba da se razvija. Ja duboko vjerujem da će Sarajevo uvijek biti primjer suživota, primjer tolerancije, primjer života više religija i sve 4 bogomolje koje, kao što on govori, u Jerusalemu postoje ovdje na Baščaršiji i pravoslavna stara crkva i katedrala katolička i jevrejska sinagoga i između ostaloga i ova naša Careva ili Begova džamija, to je to u tom krugu koji će pokazivati tu dominaciju multikulture u svijetu.
Treba raditi, znači na njoj postoje raditi.
Apsolutno, na tom polju. I hvala Bogu, naša islamska zajednica, organizacija islamske zajednice je nešto što vodi računa, organizacija koja vodi računa o svakom tom segmentu zajedničkog života.
It's definite reality that after the war, all of these relationships between different religions have been sort of harmed to an extent. However, the spirit of multicultural Sarajevo is still sort of progressing even in this time today, which is evident because from the existence of the churches, from the existence of the old synagogue, from the existence of all of these different religions that have existed in Sarajevo. It is something that needs to be worked on, which is evident from the works that the Islamic community of Bosnia and Herzegovina has been doing here, which is fostering this sort of relationship between different religions and different religious organizations in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Danas je bila hudba.
Today there was hudba in Friday prayer.
2000 džamije u Bosni i Hercegovini.
2,000 mosques in Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Ni u jednoj džamiji niste imali ni jednu jedinu izgovorenu tešku radikalnu riječ na to.
Not a single mosque in Bosnia and Herzegovina said any harsh, radical or extremist word today.
Alhamdulillah. The dirt keeps getting in my eyes because I'm trying to be cool and not have the shield. There's a Bosnian myth that if you drink from the fountain, you're going to come back to Bosnia. If you drink it twice, then you're going to get married in Bosnia. So,
It's official like a whistle.
Inshallah. What was your role in the war?
Koja je bila vaša uloga u ratu?
Ja sam bio vojnik.
He was a soldier.
Neko ko je prepoznao trenutak i moment da mora da se brani.
Someone who recognized the moment in which he needed to step up and start defending his country.
Imao sam 22 godine.
He was 22 years old.
23?
22.
22.
Ja 92.
To 1992.
Završio sam Gazi Husrevog medresu.
And he finished Gazi Husrev's madrasa, which is high school here.
I trebao sam spašavati ljudske duše.
And he was supposed to save human souls.
Ali morali smo uzeti pušku.
But he had to take guns.
Ali onda smo morali donositi vrlo teške odluke.
And then he had to make some very tough decisions.
Sazrijevali smo preko noći.
They were growing up overnight.
I duboko vjerujem da je jedna godina rata vrijedila koliko 10 realnih godina života.
And he believes that 1 year of war is worth 10 years of regular life.
I u 23. godini, znači 93. bio sam komandant bataljona.
And when he was 23 years old in 1993, he became a commander of the battalion.
Commander. Ja, komandor. Donosio sam veoma ozbiljne i važne.
And he was coming up with very important and strict decisions.
Ali hvala Bogu, sve je to bilo u skladu sa svim konvencijama, bilo su ženevske ili sa onim što nas je poslanik naučio.
But luckily, it was in conjunction with all of these different conventions, whether it's Geneva Convention or what our Prophet has taught us.
Iako je naš narod preživio stravične zločine, genocid, svašta, nigdje nismo vraćali istom mjerom.
Even though our people went through horrible war crimes committed against it, genocide and all of these things, we never returned with the same course.
Crkve.
We never tore down churches.
Nismo ubijali civile.
We never killed civilians.
Nismo silovali žene.
We didn't rape women.
Nismo ubijali djecu.
We didn't kill children.
I svi sudovi su, hvala Bogu, evo do danas dokazali Bilo je pojedinačnih presuda, osuda, a to je pokušaj međunarodne zajednice da nas izjednači, ali hvala Bogu i sudovi su pokazali našu pravičnost i pravednost naše borbe.
And all the courts in the world have finally shown that we have been truly acting in accordance with these conventions, even though there were some single-out commanders that they were trying to sort of frame for some crimes, but that was just an attempt of the European community to equalize all these crimes.
Često puta kad govorimo o tom nekom prvoj fazi agresije na Bosnu i Hercegovinu,
Oftentimes when I'm speaking about this first phase of the aggression towards Bosnia,
danas to poredim sa Gazom.
with Gaza,
Ja,
he's comparing it with Gaza.
I was going to ask that.
Gaspon. Vi danas vidite genocid uživo. Vi danas gledate genocid
And
uživo.
today you're seeing genocide live.
I danas kad čujete one palestinske djevojčice, šta one kažu?
And today when you're hearing those little Palestinian girls, what do they say?
Gdje ste muslimani?
Where are you Muslims?
U obruču Sarajevo. U obruču Sarajevo.
Around Sarajevo.
270.000 ljudi.
270,000 people.
Bez vode.
Without water.
Bez hrane.
Without food.
Svaki dan čekaju svoj metak.
Every day they're waiting for their own bullet.
U prosjeku pada 320 granata svaki dan.
After, on average 320 grenades are falling a day on Sarajevo.
Znate šta je bila moja prva misao?
You know what my first thought was?
I znate šta nam je bilo najteže?
You know what was the worst?
Osjećaj da smo napušteni.
The feeling that we are left alone.
I gdje ste muslimani?
And where are you Muslims?
Nakon 92. godine,
After 92,
muslimanski svijet se probudio
Muslim world has awoken
i krenuo je sa organizacijom pomoći Bosni.
and he started organizing the help towards Bosnia and Herzegovina.
I prvi puta smo muslimanski svijet od nestanka hilafeta doveli da donesu jednu jedinstvenu zajedničku odluku da se pomogne nekome.
First time since the disappearance of the Khilafah of the Muslims, we finally managed to bring all of the Muslim countries together to make one communal decision about Bosnia.
I zato je Bosna i Hercegovina
And that's why Bosnia and Herzegovina
omiljena u očima svih muslimana širom svijeta.
favorite in the eyes of all Muslims around the world.
I zato, evo, između ostaloga i vi kad nam dođete kao muslimani sa zapada, Bosnu i Hercegovinu doživljavate na jedan specifičan način, upravo zbog toga.
And especially when you Muslims coming from the West come to us here, you start to see Bosnia in different eyes and you start to
Ja
interpret
znam
it differently
kazati
and
da je
nicely.
to prevashodno bereket naših šehida.
I'm going to say that it's first and foremost the ode to the lives and the barakah brought by our martyrs.
Krv naših gazija ili ranjenika.
The blood of our wounded people and soldiers and warriors.
I to se osjeti širom svijeta.
And that is felt all around the world.
How do we do the same thing that happened with Bosnia to what's happening in Palestine?
Kako možemo sve ono što se desilo u Bosni, sva ta pomoć, kako možemo da je uradimo za Palestinu?
Ja sam neki dan govorio za jednu tursku televiziju javno. Pozivam, evo i ovom prilikom, pozovite sve muslimane da pomognu na bilo koji način kako god mogu da pomognu Palestincima.
He was speaking for a Turkish television the other day and calling for all Muslims to help in any way that they can help.
Svaka vrsta pomoći je dragocjena.
Every type of help is
Ako nikako ne može, onda može dovoljno.
If they can't do anything, if they don't have any power in their hands, that they can make dua at least.
I ono što muslimanski svijet treba da ispravi tu historijsku nepravdu, Palestinci moraju dobiti dio svoje teritorije i svoju državu.
And the Muslim world has to sort of correct that injustice that's been committed over the Palestinian people and bring back their sovereignty.
Bez toga nema mira nikome.
Without that, there is no peace for anyone.
One thing I don't like about these tour guide ATVs is the speed limit. The people that get to go in front and back who are leading you and making sure that your helmets are on, they don't have the limit. There's some switch here, something here, where you can unlock the 150cc like Mario Kart. Right now we're going 50cc and we're still here. I find a way to complain about a lot of things, but I just want to get to the mountains. I want to see the village. God give me everything. I know you guys don't like this. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. We like it, bro.
How are you able to be a Muslim and be at war?
Kako ste uspjevali da budete musliman i da u isto vrijeme budete u ratu?
Kad se borite za pravu stvar, nema tu postavljanja pitanja.
When you're fighting for the real thing, there's no questions there.
Allahova milost je prisutna na svakom koraku.
God's mercy is present in every step.
Ono što imate obavezu prema Bogu i kao u svakodnevnom životu ispunjavate.
What you have responsibilities towards God, you do them on every day.
Allah je taj koji olakšava, a koji ne otežava.
And He is the one who makes it easy and doesn't make it more difficult.
I mi smo imali poseban feeling u ratu, biti musliman je bilo specifično.
And we had a particular feeling during the war, being a Muslim was special.
Još jedna vrlo važna stvar, recimo naš narod prije 92. godine je bio pod teškim ateističkim režimom, komunizmom i bilo je malo muslimana.
Our people were oppressed by the atheist communist regime before. There was very few Muslims, true believers in Bosnia.
I mislim da smo mi nacija, odnosno narod, koji je za najkraće vrijeme prešao tu fazu iz tog čvrstog nevjerovanja, ateizma ili baš nepoznavanja vjere u jednu čistu, isponsku vjeru koju danas možete da osjetite. Evo, jacija je, džamija je puna, danas je džuma, svaka džamija bila je puna. To su muslimani koji primjenjuju Božje principe.
And I believe we were the first people and first nation in the world that has sort of, during the war, came back to God and came back to Islam so quickly out of this atheist sort of thinking and everything else that has existed here. And as you can see, all of the mosques today for Jummah prayers, all of the mosques are full. Even today for Isha prayer, the mosques are full and people are coming in and going out.
So who's to blame for the war? Was it the communists? Is it the Serbians? Whose fault was the genocide?
Čija je krivica za rat? Jesu komunisti, jesu Srbi? Ko je kriv za genocid?
Pa prevashodno ta velikosrpska i velikohrvatska hegemonija, želja za dominacijom i za teritorijom, ona je kriva za rat, a sad se tu treba istraživati puno toga. Osnova je ono što sam rekao, da međunarodna zajednica i Europa nisu nas željeli na ovom tlu i dali su zeleno svjetlo Miloševiću Tuđmanu da riješe ovo pitanje.
So it's mostly due to the great Serbian ideology and the idea sort of that has existed, and the great Serbian, great Croatian and the great Serbian sort of ideas and ideologies in which Bosnia should become part of those world, and the deal that has existed between Milošević and Tuđman to divide Bosnia in two.
How were the enemy forces like? Because we've traveled, we've seen some horrific things. We've seen the firing lines, we've seen the grave sites, and from the way people describe it, it was genocide, it was terrible, and it doesn't seem like it was justified at all. It seems like they were taking houses that they didn't even use. Why were they? Was it as evil as people are describing?
Srbi mogli da okupiraju tu teritoriju koja ne mogla se brani i onda to je bilo otprilike negdje do polovine 92. godine. Jedan dio teritorije koji je okupiran, tu su oni vršili masakre, maltretiranja, pravili logore. U logorima izvršili najveće zločine koje može ljudski da zamisli, ali tamo gdje smo se mi organizirali vojnički, oni su na bojnom polju bili obični kukavice. Ja o tome mogu pričati danima.
You can talk about it for days. During the war especially, the first idea behind it was that Bosniaks in here are actually remainders of the Turks that came in here, and that they are all to be exterminated and kicked out of here. But the most, once you actually look at it, look at the way it was functioning and everything else, the first thing that they did was pillage and steal things. Then they tried to do this, and the other part was killing, conquest, and sadism too, which they organized these camps and everything else. And most of the places in which they did these things where the people actually just gave themselves in and turned themselves into them. And then that's when they decided to sort of do all these sadistic things to them, rape and just abuse in the most horrible ways possible, and just sort of use this hate. He also believes that Serbs are to this day learning some things that are, hateful towards Muslims and all of those things. And and in the battlefield, he believes that they were cowards and they didn't live up to the expectations of the true warriors. Is it possible if you could show us the video you were showing before of him doing the takbir? Je li moguće da pokažete nam na video gdje ste pokazivali prije kako takbirate?
Može što da ne. Ovo je transport moje jedinice helikopterom.
Oh, they fought for the land. Wow.
That's you. You look like Fidel Castro.
These are Bosnian. These were Bosnian soldiers, bro, that time.
Samo malo. Arija Izetbegović je dolazio u posjetu mojoj brigadi.
The first president came to visit his brigade.
Oh, wow.
Da, evo ga.
je drugi bataljon angažovan sa dijelom komandne brigade. Tu starešine koje su Petrovom komandom mjestu. Selam alejkum.
Alija Tokin, salam alejkum.
Način štaba.
Commander. Were you commander here or soldier here?
Right. Commandant.
Commander here.
Yeah.
These are Bosnian soldiers.
That's the president.
Wow.
What's the name
Muslim
of the president?
soldiers.
Alija Izetbegović.
Is he still alive?
No, Alija Izetbegović first president. To je jedan poseban insan, posebno. To je narod koji dušmani poštovali.
He's the man that even the enemy.
Even the enemy respects this guy. He looks very old.
Alija je govorio, a ja sam vikao tekbir. Evo, ovo ću vam pustiti.
The president was speaking, he was saying...
Pisala istorija ove naše borbe, ove naše teške borbe za slobodu.
Alija Izetbegović.
Alija Izetbegović. Alija Izetbegović.
Pisana će biti zlatnim slovima.
Alija Izetbegović.
Every war is horrible, bro.
Vaše jedinice 7. muslimanske.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Allah is the
Sarajeva
greatest.
među kojima živim, ja nisam u Sarajeli, ali živim u Sarajevu dugo vremena, tamo mi je porodica.
He was a G.
Yeah, this is...
You were a G, bili ste gangster pravi.
Gangster.
No.
Ali na dobar način.
Yeah, this is my daughter. My daughter. Evo je sa pištoljom.
What's your daughter?
Da. Kad se bude udavala u djevojačku spremu, od mene ide kao poklon Glock 19 pištolj.
When she's getting married, he's gonna give her as a dowry Glock 19.
The meher.
Yes.
Ja. Znate zašto?
Why?
Želimo da pošaljemo jednu tešku poruku. Želimo da jasno poručimo da više nikad nećemo biti žrtva ovo.
We want to clearly show that we are never going to be victims again.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
What was the most important thing you learned in the war?
Koja je bila najbitnija stvar koju ste naučili u ratu?
Pouzdanje u Boga.
Reliance on God, tekva.
Imao sam jednu akciju.
He had one action.
Ostao sam sam u četničkoj teritoriji.
He was alone in the Chechen territory, in the enemy territory, Serbian territory.
Decembar 92. godine.
It was the December of 1992.
Minus, najveće su bili do 20 stepeni.
At night the minuses were up to minus 20 degrees.
Zamisli kad u tom vremenu provedeš 4 dana i 4 noći bez ikakve vatre, bez grijanja, nego u šumi u snijegu.
Imagine spending 4 days in that type of environment without any fire, without any heating or anything like that.
3 dana i 3 noći potpuno sam.
3 days and 3 nights completely alone.
No food, no water?
No food, no water. Zima.
Winter. No food, no water, no fire, nothing.
I ostaneš sam sa gospodarom.
And you're alone with your Lord.
Only Allah.
Allah.
Nothing. To je Božja odredba da preživiš, preživit ćeš.
If it's up to God to survive, you're going to survive.
Za mene je to bila akcija u kojoj ja sam sebi lično doživio kao jekin, kao ono uvjerenje u vjeri. Ima jedan termin jekin u vjeri.
That action for him was truly yakin in his faith, which is yakin is the term that is true understanding of faith.
Najlakše objasniti je ono moment kad Musa, alejsalam, govori gospodaru daj da te vidim.
That is the best way to explain that is when Musa is telling his Lord, Lord, can I see you finally?
Pa kao vjerujem, ali daj da smirim svoje srce, daj da te vidim.
Yes, I believe, but let me see you, let me open my
kao
heart.
muslimani uvijek u našoj vjeri imamo to zadnje pitanje, pa kako to gospodar određuje sve?
And us Muslims, always the last questions that we have is often, how does God do all of those things? How does God?
Ja sam doživio to na način da mogu preživjeti samo zato što je Bog milostiv, ništa drugo.
And I've lived through that and understood that in a way that, and explained it to myself in a way that it's only because God is so merciful.
I kada sam bio svjestan da sam preživio sve to,
and when I became aware that I actually survived all of that,
učinio sam tu sećdu.
I did the sujood there.
Na čistoj zemlji bosanskoj.
In the prayer on the pure Bosnian soil.
to je ta sežda koju dam, slast te sežde nisam nikad više osjetio do dan danas.
And the sort of the sweetness of that sujood I never felt until today again.
To je moment zahvalnosti Bogu za drugu šansu.
And that is the moment of gratitude to God for another chance.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We just arrived in the Bosnian village, avoided the thunder and the rain. This looks like a Minecraft village, but we have not eaten in a while. It was a long trek over here. And this is away from all of civilization. I doubt there's internet connection here. I doubt there's any McDonald's here. This looks like it's been preserved for a long time. I have no idea. Can I ride on the horse? Yeah, how much? 10, free for me. Me. Okay. Bismillah. Okay. Come on, boy.
Now SNEAKO became Muslim, bro.
He's fast. This is a fast horse. Oh man. Hey, hey. Good boy. Good girl or boy? Boy? Girl. Yes. Grill. Good grill. Good grill. How are you? So?
Yeah.
How much?
No much.
Free?
Graz.
Graz?
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Kolega.
Your colleague? You want one?
Beer.
Tequila.
Muslim.
Tequila. Pa i mi smo Muslim.
So Muslim, yeah.
Sve je Muslim.
Hajde malo sjedi.
It's okay, it's okay.
Hajde malo sjedi.
Havala.
Hajde malo.
No war here. No. Why not? Why did the Serbs not come here? You don't know.
They didn't want to stay there because there is no people here. Not houses like this.
Yeah. What do Americans not know about Bosnia? You don't know.
I don't know.
Okay. Havala, thank you. Okay.
Thank you very much.
Salam alaikum. Salam alaikum. You want?
Yes.
What's your name?
Samir.
Nice to meet you, Samir.
You're.
SNEAKO. From America.
I seen you on TikTok.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I've seen you on TikTok. No, I haven't. Not yet. Okay. Okay. Salam alaikum. So it seems like this village was untouched during the war. It was a refuge. I don't know why they didn't come here, because if I wanted to seize land, I would definitely seize something like this. But at the same time, this could all be new, even though it looks like it could be old. It's like all of this was built by hand. In a way, I think it's a little bit sad that you see the kids know me from TikTok here, because I want this place to be untouched by the outside world, to have zero influence of any of the Zog machine. Oh, from the... It still reaches here, but it's clearly a sanctuary away from the noise. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? Where are you from? The UAE?
I am from Kuwait.
UAE. Assalamu alaikum. From Kuwait. Thank you. So kind.
It's Arabic coffee.
I know. I need the date. Do you have date?
No.
But that's how you're supposed to eat it, right? With the date. Oh, okay. With the sweet? Okay. Bismillah.
Are you not Muslim?
Yes, man. Muslim Jadid. Why are you in Bosnia?
For nature.
For what?
Nature.
Nature.
Yeah.
First time here?
Yeah, no, 10th time.
10th time?
Yeah, man.
Oh, okay.
I go a lot.
1, 2, 3. Steima! Yalla.
Sorry, but can you take the picture with me and brother?
Yes, yes. Your dad didn't want to give interview.
Because...
He doesn't like camera.
He doesn't... No, he likes to be recorded, but he doesn't like to talk about war.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
Because he was...
In the war.
A soldier at 17.
He was a soldier at 17?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Have you seen pictures of him in the war?
No, I saw of my mother.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about the war. Yeah. What has he told you about the war? He's a hero. You have a strong dad.
They burned his his house in the very
Over here?
village.
Yeah.
Where is lived before.
Yeah.
And then he was in the war because in Sadistan,
Yeah.
town, wasn't attacked before 1993.
So he must have bad memories. Yeah. But he's still strong. He's that's very good.
Yeah, he also saved that guy. Everybody left him, but he went and saved him.
He went and saved the guy?
Yes.
Did he lose any legs or arms? He's okay?
I don't know. He's been really hurt, and all of the soldiers who's been there left him. But I dad and his dad put him on back and
On his back?
yes, and he carries him.
That must be really heavy. How far did he have to walk with him?
I don't know. He just told he saved somebody. And my father is say that man is been 2 meters tall.
2 meters tall?
Yes.
That's taller than me.
Yeah.
Wow. Strong guy. You got a good dad. But I understand he doesn't want to talk about it. Hey, let's take a picture. Let's take a picture. What's your name?
Mirza.
Mirza, what's your name?
I told him before.
I forgot.
Samir.
Samir. Here, like this. Fight pose.
See you next year.
Next year. Samir. It's unfortunately time to go, and I just learned that there's no electricity here. They don't have fridges, there's no lights, just generators. Sunlight living completely off of the land. This is what it's like to be a Minecraft villager, what it's like to be away from civilization. So don't come here. Do not come to Bosnia if you're weird, if you're annoying, if you don't believe in God. Stay away. This is the sanctuary for people that are based.
In the Quran, it teaches that death is inevitable, that it's a part of life and something that we're supposed to embrace, something that the Muslim is supposed to think about every day. While the disbeliever fears death, thinking it's the end, the believer knows that it's only a part of life. Bosnia is scattered with death, perhaps making the people appreciate life more. I became comfortable with death in Bosnia. There's something very comforting about a place with friendly ghosts.
It has finished, bro. What? It's finished right now. Letter from Bosnia. Shout out to SNEAKO for producing this episode of content. MashaAllah. May Allah bless him. May Allah give him good knowledge. And I think he won't promote hateful things. Inshallah. Okay. May Allah bless you all. And that was a good documentary from we got from SNEAKO. We have to pray for him, because I think he's trying hard to become a best Muslim possible. Okay, goodbye. Masalama. See you in the next video.